continue with our Nina's 5-point agenda, which is the acknowledgement of the constitutional grievances that we raised in the union dispute, a commitment to decommission the imposed 1999 unitary constitution, no further elections under this 1999 constitution, and then we're allowing the constituent peoples of Nigeria to work out the modalities for transitioning. We are still insisting on transitioning. Announcement of a timed two-stage transitioning with firstly multi-regional referendums for the constituent components. These are the indigenous peoples, so that they can recommit or opt out of the Nigerian Union, or by the second in the second part, they will distill the terms of union based on what we got from the referendums. So it's not that complicated. We need to get these things done. Nothing is working. You guys are under state capture. The inflation process now is ultra. It's not even ultra, super inflation that is going on. Nobody can afford anything. Nothing is working. Not that's the whole thing has come to an end. It's just the same few people that are sharing money that are sharing money. Even their money now is not enough. Because before, people like all Joe's Okano will boast, oh, I'm feeding 300 people in my house.
I'm telling you.
Why are you feeding 300 people?
Joe,
Why is that? Why is it okay for you to be feeding 300 people in your house?
imagine that.
Why don't they have a job? Why are men hiding in their house?
Imagine. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah. How is that a measurement of success that you're feeding 300? We don't want you guys feeding anyone. Let people go and work hard and get money for themselves.
Exactly. And be independent by themselves. I'm independent.
So we want a change. So on 180 na Abia State, nke na-eti Enugu na Nnewi, ọnwa abatago, the big guy, because we are begging you, please help us. Help us to build a nation so that when your light goes off, our people will still have light. Because we are begging you. All the ones, we are begging you. The people that will come in with 5 million armies when our people are living in insecurities, we are begging you guys. Please, let's overcome this thing as if it's all about us. Let's overcome this plight that we are having as Africans, like we are not enough. So we are always pushing to be more than we are. We're always trying to exert ourselves over our siblings. We always want to tell you, Maponya, well, do you know who you're talking to? Please, we can see that it's not working. Nobody will survive on their own. Even Russia, as mean as they are, the president is still coming out on air, begging people, trying to woo them. The other day, he came on air and answered questions for 8 hours. At least you are Mariana now. Mariana, who can Mariana, Bukata no to the Laro Bacha Christmas on your Labasa. Nobody sat down to say, how are we going to fight this insecurity that is going on? We thank our brother Ijele that is doing a good job, calling out all these criminals all over, pretending like as if they're doing something. We thank him. He is fighting a war that a lot of people should be fighting together, calling out evil. And that's the only thing that will allow us to win this process. Calling evil out for what they are. Always saying the truth no matter what. Ezoku bundu. Life. I get ezoku in abundance. Truth must be said in abundance. So we thank all those that are, working hard to bring out these criminals. We thank those that are also telling our people that when you're sick, your healing is not in mosque. Your healing is not in church. Your healing is you going to get a diagnosis so that infection can be healed properly, so that the surgery can be done properly. Can we do what works, our people? It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. We just want more for our people. We're not even asking for Uber Eats online. All we're asking is for people to go to school and come back and then have hope that if they work hard in the next 10 years, they can get a job. If I sell my land in the next 10 years, my son or my daughter can get a job that can allow me to buy an additional land. Is that too hard to ask for? We are not asking to go on vacation on $10 million yacht. We're not asking to fly to the moon and come back. We're not asking to even go to Djibouti and come back. We're asking, can we live in our ancestral land without the fear of being neutralized. Is that possible? Can we go to our farm and plant our vegetables, get bitten by mosquitoes, get bitten by whatever, and don't come home in hopes that even with all our hard work, when the harvest season comes, we will make enough money to at least send our little child to school if that's what we desire? Is that too difficult to ask for? Is that too difficult to ask for people? No, it's not. So you don't go and set everybody, every place on fire, release Islamic terrorists on every place that you go, pay them, give them money, leave weapons for them and run back where you came from. And then when people come to your border, you start shouting illegal immigrants. They want to leave just like you want to leave. And then we'll end with our announcements. We'll continue with the spotlight on the wisdom of our ancestors. If we listen to them, we'll be doing well. They told us so many stories, from folktale stories. They told us who they are and how they handle problems. We've learned so much from our ancestors, so we need to go back to them. I love when people start doing their DNA and they go back to see who they are. You can see how their lives are changed instantaneously, because there's nothing more powerful than knowing who you are. Where did you come
Exactly.
from? Who made you up? And even having names. I remember the first time I saw a picture of my great father, great great grandfather. I used him as my profile for almost months. I felt like I have seen God, and I can see the resemblance of him in my father. There's something that it does to you when you know who you are, and that's why people shouldn't follow people that don't know who they are. People that
Yeah.
have been destroyed, ha baga here, ha bofimi, ha boike, ha ziara, ha kunyike, ha kunyara, kunyi lips, they are all over the place because they don't know who they are. For we know who we are. We can trace our ancestry lineage. My sister want to add something because I'm not on the screen.
No, I say yes, yes, my dear. It matters so much. Identity is crucial. Like you said initially, identity, our identity, our heritage as a people. If you abandon that, you have identity crisis. And when you have identity crisis, that's what is causing all this inferiority complex and feeling of insecurity. You feel you're not enough. You want to have the rich eyelid before you feel you're beautiful. And then you go and bring the breast of 20 people to add before you feel that you're beautiful. Ọ bụ na nke ahụ ezu, ije nata ha nke azụ, kwanye n'azụ, then until your waist will look, I don't even know what will be happening to your knees. These people do not know that what they are planning, that their knees, your knees, and these doctors will not tell you these things.
Just more money.
They will collect your money, you will go and carry excess weight on your backyard, loading excess weight on your knees. You see, how you live today will determine how you will age. These things you're doing now and having fun, I'm telling you, in 10, 20 years' time, you will be sorry what you did to yourself. All the cartilages in your knee, trying to carry this weight that I don't know who is teaching you to carry. Because you're feeling you're not enough. Why not even ask yourself a question? Every time you keep doing this, has it made you to now change and become a different person?
No, they're still sad.
Have you seen that the greatest thing you can do to yourself is to build yourself inside, inward, starting with getting your identity. Find out who you are, who your ancestors are, and then build from there. We told you that the greatest thing they did to us was suspend our civilization. Our ancestors were on a journey before those marauders came to put a hold on these things. That's why we're going back to our roots, to know who we are. We said that we are so diverse. We are so diverse that you cannot use one system to join all of us together and say we are one people. We are not one people. We are many peoples, and we is our right to decide how we want to live. That is what is called self-determination. So please continue to share this program and other NINA's programs that are teaching our people about the importance of having self-determination. All the ethnic nationalities must retrieve their sovereignty. It is not your National Assembly. It is not those criminals that are there sharing your resources, stealing everything. It is the people. The people are the ones that are constituent members that will make the constitution. We don't care what they're saying. They want to amend it, they want to do, they're just fooling around. We are going to go back to the roots where we are coming from, and then we will build from there. It is only then that we can get the type of life we want to live. They've done it in Europe, they've done it in every other place. Why can't we do it? We must end colonization. We must. We must end this project. Colonial project, neo-colonization, we must end it so that we can give our people the type of life that they deserve. I'll read something here that Niles wrote. He said, these thoroughly debased and abused children are the feedstock to the Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen, ISWAP, and other terror franchises breeding and spreading all over West Africa and the Sahel. Absolutely. This is how the Sharia and feudalist caliphate knots. Sorry, I pulled it out. I didn't finish reading it, but this is how the Sharia and feudalist caliphate knot have turned that part of Nigeria into a huge liability to the rest of Nigeria, especially the south and middle belts. Violence is their chief tool, and so the entire Sahel is dripping with blood. And Nina saying that we are able to end it. How do we end it? By taking back our ancestral lands so that we can protect our people the way we are supposed to protect them. Thank you very much.
My dear, it makes sense now. When you are abandoned in a Quranic school from the age of 5, and you were taught just to be swinging your head and singing va 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 for 9 hours, and you do it for 10 years, you have nothing. You're not human. You're not human. So it's okay for you to go and run into the village on December Eve and begin to neutralize people. You don't even know what you're doing because they are all high on tramadol. They have used them, given, they don't have human sympathy. And when you corner any of them, I was watching a documentary, when you corner any of them and sit them down, they said, there's nothing else for me to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what, this is what I was taught. I don't know how else to
They
do
lack
it now.
skills, no skills, no skills.
Nothing.
It's just that ba 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 for how many years? What can they do? Jobless, homeless. What do you expect? Go ahead, please. Continue.
It's heartbreaking. So we are not surprised that this is what we are going, and the more is coming, more
Yeah.
is coming, because
Mhm.
things are harder. If things were a little bit better, some people may manage to use their whatever they sell on their farmland to keep their children still within the family. As you
Yeah.
make hunger to become this intense, people are going to be willing to release their children into these terror acts, and we are planning to live in a better world. I don't know, my people. We have to do better. We are all
Yes.
accountable for this. And you being ignorant, or you pretending like, oh, Obasam, one of these days, Oga Obasam, one way or the other.
Exactly.
And you're
Mhm.
not waiting for you to become a victim before you learn and start screaming. We are asking for you to rise up now. There is time, so that we can do this right thing once and for all. So that it will be good for a man, a woman, children as well. Even our animals that lives around our homes. We
Exactly.
want better life for everybody involved. Again, we are not asking to go to a 1 million yacht to go and have a birthday party. We're saying that we want to be able to live in our land sell whatever we sell, and be able to take care of our children for the next generation. That's it. Be able to have our children have their own grandchildren, children, and watch them grow. That's it. Nobody is asking you to go to the moon. Nobody is asking you to wear a 1 yard aqua for a second aqua $3 million, or a Versace bag for 5 million naira, and this and this. Nobody is asking for that. Just security, so that people can work hard and watch their hard earned time become something that they can use for the future. It is sad. Thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, I'm going to post that video in its entirety on our Facebook page, so that if you want to watch, it's also on YouTube. If you want to watch it in its entirety to understand the damage, this thing is so bad that even the adults around, most of the adults around are okay. They say, oh yeah, send the children there. That's where they go and learn Quran. Quran to do what? To do what? None of them is overseeing what is happening to those kids. They see them on the road begging all day. They are not doing anything about it. People have been brainwashed that they think it's okay for children to be living like that, and they want to have a future.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
All right. Until next week, our people,
Thank
take care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.